Hi again from Gen Con. We are here at the Mr. B's booth, Mr. B Games booth. Gotta get that right. Mr. B Games booth. This is Sean here,
hey, how's
right?
it going?
Good, you?
Good, good.
Having fun so far?
I'm having a blast, my friend.
And it just started, convention just started. This is a Posthuman. This was successfully funded on Kickstarter.
Yes, sir.
And one of your employees told me that this is coming out in October, correct?
We're going to try to make Essen for October, and then we're going to try to get it retail in probably November.
Okay, cool. Well, give us a little quick overview of what this game's about.
Well, this is from my partner overseas in Malta. They're Mighty Box Games, so I'm a co-publisher with them. Okay. So I always like to make sure to give a shout out to them because they did a brilliant job on the design, and I absolutely love this game. And I'm just very fortunate to be the U.S. partner and distributor of this guy.
That's awesome. So, congrats.
Yeah, good stuff. So in Posthuman, what we're doing here is we are the last of like the human survivors, and we've heard that there is this cool little fortress right here. And it's all like an all humans men's club. No, just kidding.
The little reason for that was because of Spurs. Yeah, there was no women characters, so he just brought that back up. We did a review of Spurs. Check that one out.
Plenty of women in Posthuman. We've even got a nun, man. So,
we're all set.
Man can't get on me here.
He covered his bases this time, all right?
So anyway, we're trying to get to this fortress. And you hear that the first guy to get there is going to get in, but they're not going to take any more people.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's like we're going to kind of a race to get there before anyone else. Along the way, in this game, it's post-apocalyptic. So what's happened is as people have like been succumbed by the environment, they start to take on mutations and scars. And once you take on too many mutations and scars, you become a posthuman.
Right, okay.
And then you're kind of like outcast. So along this way, you're going to run into encounters with people, and they may give you scars. And at some point, if you take on too many scars, you might be able to turn. Like you could just voluntarily say, I'm going to go mutant and start attacking everybody. So you might be forced to.
And you go against the other players?
Right. And so if you switch Posthuman, your goal is no longer to get here. Your goal is to stop everyone from getting
there. Very cool.
Right. So that's the kind of the other part. It's not a true, like, there's no real cooperation, but in a survival setting, if I don't trade food with you, I may never get bullets from my gun.
It's a bit of like a semi-co-op.
Right. So there might be a little touch of a semi-co-op going on. So a basic turn is real simple. You have 4 different options that you can do on your turn. Right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So we have camp, forage, scout, and move.
Okay.
A camp action simply says you're going to take the turn and hang out on your tile, and you're just going to heal up. You're going to get some health, maybe some morale back if you're banged up from your battles and your travels. Okay. Forage action allows you, if you have a tile like your start tile, or you've cleared another zone like this, it allows you to flip this token over and go searching for some supplies. Okay. Maybe you'll find some food, some bullets for your gun. And what you do is you look at the terrain type, and this is a city. So you flip one of these cards, and you'll notice on here there's a city. And then you look, and it says, hey, while you were foraging, you found a gun.
Very cool.
Right? So then what you do is you go over to a gun card, a weapon, you flip it over, and I found the Fab's Executioner submachine gun.
That's a pretty good one.
When I was out there digging in the bushes, right? So I didn't stage that. Maybe I did. So all of a sudden, maybe this guy didn't even have a melee weapon, and he finds a machine gun leaning up against a tree. So good find. So that's what forage does. Scout. There's 2 ways to move and go on adventures. If you use the straight movement action, I can just blindly pick a direction, grab a tile, flip it, and then I have to go there.
Okay.
Right? And I got to line up the paths. And then I have to go on this. This is going to be a 2-turn adventure, and I've got to make that happen. Okay. If I would have used Scout instead of just drawing and being stuck, I get to draw 3 tiles, look at them, and decide how I want to orientate them from my map. It does cost me a turn because now next turn I can decide which direction to go.
But at least, yeah, you have more options and you can figure out what's the best direction,
and the reason you want to do this is if I actually left on one of these and I got into like this city adventure, that's a 3-turn adventure with 5 encounters. That's a big deal. Over here, 2 turns, 2 encounters. Nice, easy, simple little walk through the park, right?
Okay, very cool. And then that's move.
Yep.
How do the encounters work? Do you flip a certain card?
Absolutely. So let's say I took a move action and I moved here to this encounter. So the first thing this tells me is I'm going to draw 1 guy. I'm going to look at the map. since we're all starting off, we're on level 1 encounter, so I'm going to draw a card from the level 1 encounter deck.
Okay.
Right? These are going to be lighter, easier kind of guys.
That's how that works.
Okay.
Here. Okay.
And then the number of shadowed posthumans in the little circle there tell me how many of those I draw. Right?
Very cool. Okay.
At the beginning of a turn, you always flip over an event card, and that's kind of a global thing. Tells everybody what's happening. Not that one. That tells you kind of what's happening for the day.
That's everyday life up in Canada. Just
Everyday
so you
life.
know.
Snowfall.
In Canada.
So you do an event, and then everybody has to eat. Unless you're in a safe house. Your start tile's a safe house. You don't have to eat there. But over here, I moved, so now I'm going to have to eat over there, right? And if I don't have extra cans of food, right, over here in my supply, then I actually start taking hunger damage. I start moving this key back down on my track.
Okay.
The first time I do it, I lose morale. If you ever lose all your morale, you're exhausted, KO'd out of the game, and you go back to your start tile, and you take 2 scars.
Okay, and the scars is
that's how you mutate.
Oh, scars is mutation.
Yeah,
okay, very cool.
If you get 3 or 4 scars, you can voluntarily mutate, take yourself out, and try to go after guys. If you get 5 scars, you must mutate.
Very cool.
Losing on morale is not good. Also, if you lose all your health, you don't get KO'd, go back to the start, take 2 scars.
Okay, very cool.
Same thing with hunger. If you don't feed for 3 or 4 turns, you'll knock yourself out, right? And take 2 scars, right? So it's always bad to lose things.
Okay, very cool. This looks awesome.
So how an encounter works, let me show you a combat real quick, and then you basically know the game. So we move here, we're going to draw 1 level 1 guy, right? And let's just say for simplicity, we pull the rat, okay? So the first thing we're going to look at is he's got a speed of 3. My character over here has a speed of 3. That means we're tied. If he had a higher speed than me, he's going to shoot at me first.
Okay, so that's like initiative.
Right. Okay. Because we have the same, we're going to do simultaneous combat. So what you do is you do 1 round of ranged combat, that's your firefight, and then you move in for melee. And you do up to 3 rounds of melee. Okay. So this character, he rolls 3 dice. I'm going to let you roll for me, Giancarlo.
All right.
You're going to roll the rat, and I'm going to roll myself here. I roll 2 dice.
This is the first time I get to roll this whole convention. Look at this. Unbelievable.
Yeah, all you got to do is come hang out with your buddy here.
I do it. I should, man. All right, let's do this. Simultaneous.
Okay.
Perfect.
So you rolled an X, which is a miss.
Miss, right?
You rolled a 3. If your gun on this character had a range of a 2 or a 3, that would be a hit. But he only has a range of a 1. He's got a short-range weapon. So that's a miss.
Okay.
And a question mark, you refer to his special sheet, and it has a hit on it. So he hits on question marks.
Okay, perfect.
So you scored 1 hit on me.
Right.
I immediately go over to my health, and boom, I take a hit. If I had body armor or something like that, I could absorb it, but I don't.
Right.
I'm a level 1 character. I just got shot. So I'm going to roll my 2 dice. That would be a hit if I had the sharpshooter skill, which I do not. So it's not a hit. That is a hit with a range 1 weapon, which I happen to have. So I give you 1. You have 2 health. So we mark you with 1 to show you that you're wounded.
Okay.
And then you and I close the gap for melee. So how melee works is you're going to get 3 melee dice. I'm going to get 3 melee dice. And we compare strength. I have a strength of 4. You have a strength of 2.
Right.
Since I'm stronger than you, I get 1 extra die. I
just
have strength advantage over you.
Okay.
Right. Then the next thing we look at is our party size. I have a party of 1. You have a party of 1. There is no bonus. If you had more people than me, you would get an extra die
because
for
they
having more
their
for the gang mentality.
Of course. Okay, cool.
And then we're going to go ahead and roll, and we can do these simultaneously.
And of course, that's my roll.
So you rolled 2 misses. I rolled 2 shields. I'm going to take 1 of my shields, and I'm going to discard or block 1 of your hit. So you have 0 hits on me, and I had 2 hits. On the first roll of melee, whoever has the most hits wins the right to give damage.
Okay.
Okay? I didn't hit you. I just won the right to hit you. Now, I'm going to take and add up any blood drops I roll, plus any blood drops on my weapons. Right? My weapon does 1 blood drop, and I have 2 here. That's 3 points of damage, and now I defeat you.
Right. Okay, very cool.
And if we would have tied, then we would both do damage. If you would have had more hits than me, then you would only do damage.
Okay,
and then I get to take this card. It's worth 1 victory point.
Okay, so you do get victory points as well. Okay.
And because I moved 1 circle and cleared it, I get to move up 1 on the journey track.
And that's how you race. There you go. Okay, that's how you move. All right.
If I ever get 3 victory points, I can cash them in for a skill. And boom, all of
Ah.
a sudden, hey, look, I know navigation.
Okay,
So
that's what I was
actually can read a
wondering.
map pretty well.
That's what I was wondering what the victory points were for, and there you go.
Yeah. If I save these and I cash them in when I get 6, I can actually bump an attribute. I can make my
Oh,
strength
wow,
higher, I
that's
can
really
make my
cool.
shooting skill higher, so on and so forth.
Very, very cool. And you have
That's
these
it, man.
tokens to.
That's
Hey
the
man,
game.
this looks really, really fun.
Super
Really
excited
good.
about this
The
one, man.
components look really sturdy. I love that. Dice, beautiful. Man, this looks great. I wish you guys the best of luck, man. You
Thank
guys
you
just
so much.
started up not long ago, right? How long?
I've been on my own 2 years. I've had the company for a few years. I've always self-published my own titles, but I left my other job a few years back to do this
Dude,
full
that's
time
awesome.
and start up. And yeah, I've got 4
Well, we
releases
love
out now.
Spurs.
This will be my 5th.
We love Spurs, man, and we cannot wait to do some more reviews of other games.
Awesome.
We can't wait for this one as well. Check it out. Posthuman, coming out soon.